What's going on, guys? It's the Unknown Player here, and today what you just saw was the teaser for the PlayStation 4, the console, and also the controller. This is something that's just been released by Sony, and they emailed everyone, and they put up this YouTube video of a teaser of what the console, because the console is going to be revealed very soon on the 10th of June at E3, and so that's when the actual console is going to be revealed. But in this teaser, it is very fast. It's very out of focus. This is by definition of what a teaser is supposed to be. It flashes these really quick images, and unless your eyes and brain can decipher images at 300 frames per second, then you probably would have missed some of the stuff. So using the beautiful technology of video editing software, I've slowed this down, and I've paused frames when you can actually see images of the console that reveal more details about it. So it starts off, and you can see the console, the PS4 console itself. It's very far away and it's out of focus, and then it flashes this image, which may look unimportant, but this is actually what the logo is going to look like on the console. Now, this could change by the actual launch, because this is the time in the gaming industry where all the things are getting teased and they're still under design. This thing's still being made. This is not the final image, and it could be different to what we actually see from the official console in the holiday season. And so they flash this picture, which is going to be most likely the actual PlayStation logo on the actual console, and it's engraved, and it looks like it's kind of plastic around it, pretty much similar to the PlayStation 3 as we see today, the logo what it looks like. And then throughout the image sequence, we see the PlayStation, this image right here, we see this image getting closer and closer. It's still out of focus, we can't see the actual console, but we see a lot of features around it. And so then it moves in to this thing, which looks kind of like a ventilation hole. There's a lot of these. And then the next thing, which is kind of like a ventilation hole where the fan sits behind, which cools down and blows hot air, exhausts hot air out of the back of the console to cool down all the components. And then you see another, this could be some kind of port for some kind of plugs, but it really doesn't look too much like it. It just looks kind of like some funky design that kind of lets more air breathe the console so it gets cooler. This image right here, it may fool you, but this is actually the controller. Don't think this is the console. It looks very weird. It's round and it's oddly shaped. This is not the console. This is the controller. This is the new DualShock 4, I believe what it's called. This is the controller, and then this next one is what we see. This again looks like a ventilation grill where the heat will dissipate out of the console and it'll cool it down. It doesn't look like these are USB ports or anything like that, because there's way too many of them. But this is where the console is going to be. It's just kind of funky design, as I say, to kind of cool down the system and let more airflow, because it is very important in these consoles. They don't be getting too hot and they don't be getting too loud. The fan isn't too annoying and obnoxious. So this is really important that we've got a lot of ventilation holes. And then we see some images like here. These three particular are really unimportant. They're just kind of the side edges, and nothing really too revealing. They just show the general kind of material, the color, the style of what the console is going to look like. Then we see the 4 logo, which is presumably going to be the PS4 logo, and this is going to be on the actual console. So that's what the 4 is going to look like. And then we see this image right here. Again, you can see the console in the back is fading forward slowly, and this looks like the corner or the edge of something. And again, there's more ventilation holes. These don't look like ports or any kind of actual I/O shield kind of interface that you can plug stuff into and you can send information through. These just look like ports, or these just look like ventilation holes, sorry, that you can use to get the console cooler. And then it's getting closer again. This right here looks really interesting, because I'm not too sure whether this is on the controller or whether this is on the actual console itself, because as you can see in the back here, this is literally one frame, and they just flash it for a very brief second. And you can see these look like image sensors. They look like some kind of sensors, and not sure what kind of sensor it could be, but I'm sure that they'll have some kind of technology similar to motion detecting, and similar to what the Kinect has. Those the cameras that detect your movement, so you can do some motion control games. And this is what it looks like. It looks like some kind of sensor or camera or beaming software. And then we see here, this image looks really interesting. This looks like a real camera. You can see a lens of a camera. It looks behind the middle square in the center. And so this is beside these two kind of holes. It really does look like this is going to be on the console. It looks a bit too big to be on the controller, though there are some controller images in this, such as the next one. This is on the controller itself. This is the button. This is just above the D-pad. If you're not familiar with the PS3 controller, this is it looks to be the share button. It kind of looks like I've moved it around a bit, but this is not on the console. I'm pretty sure this is on the controller, and it's just on the left side. And then the next image, again, this is on the controller again, because you can see this is the top bit, that kind of the bit with the dots, that is the touch interface where you can swipe to control the thing, and there's a little speaker just above, and you can see this image. This is the actual controller, not the console. Again, this is a teaser, so they're just kind of get you excited. They're not really, that you're not really supposed to know what is what, and they've thrown in some images of the controller just to kind of throw you off. And again, this looks to be this next image looks to be kind of some sort of speaker or motion detector, but this is looking up to be really cool. And then towards the end, you see the console is very close, and it zooms in. Again, it's still out of focus, I mean, can't see anything. It's just a big black square and shadow behind it, so that looks really cool. And then towards the end, you see the some text, and at the very end, you see this pulsing blue line, which looks to me, I would bet a lot of money that this is what is going to be on the front control on the console. I believe that along the side of the console, there's going to be this very blue, kind of very long, flashing and pulsating light that goes along the console, and I think that is what is going to be on the actual console itself, and what is going to be kind of indicate that it's on, or what it's doing, whether it's like whether it's in standby mode, whether it's downloading, and kind of show you a status of what's going on inside the console. So I believe this is going to be what is going to show you stuff and information about the console. This blue flashing light, I would bet a lot of money this is going to be what is going to be on the outside of the console, somewhere that might be kind of integrated to one of these pictures right here. It could, these parts could light up. But anyway, this is the PS4, or some images that have been taken out of the teaser. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely like it if you have enjoyed it, and there'll be more videos to come. In the last video, which was about Call of Duty Ghosts, you guys asked me to cover the Xbox, whatever it's going to be called, Xbox 720 or Xbox Fusion, and you asked me to cover that, and you asked me to cover the PS4, so I will do, because I'm up to do any videos you want me to do, because this is your channel just as much as it's mine. So I thank you for subscribing to my channel, I thank you for liking my videos. Definitely stay tuned for more. E3 is around the corner, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Jump.